best in class Sales Rabbit app allows you to easily manage and track your area. But there's also some strategy that has to be involved in getting the most out of every single territory you're assigned to. Number one is you have to collect intel, because the better that you know that area and the consumers that live there, the more likely you are to sell those people. So you want to not only find a way to be in there as long as possible, but to also know the way that those people are. So anytime that you talk to anyone, you want to try to gather as much information as possible. So depending on the product that you're selling, you will want to gather additional information that isn't already provided in the Sales Rabbit app. Yes, you already know a lot about that customer, but you might want to know additional things that are pertinent to your specific product. You might want to know how many people have families in the community. You might want to know who typically gets home when. You might want to know the people that are extremely tech savvy, or those that have had recent break-ins. I mean, there are a lot of answers to questions that you will want to know, that when you find the right person, they will tell you everything. So even if the prospect is not your ideal customer, they can be a resource for a ton of information that will allow you to connect easily in that neighborhood. Now, as you start knocking and talking to people, there is also a method to this madness, especially in the earlier part of the day. You don't want to just go house to house to house, hoping that people are home. You want to look for what I call signs of life, meaning that if I see a home and there are 2 gigantic grease spots in the driveway and no cars, there probably isn't someone home. Yes, there might be, but you want to play to your odds so that you're giving yourself the best opportunities to find people home. So my approach would be, I would try to look for those signs of life, knocking around the neighborhood, maybe up till 4 or 5 o'clock. But now people start to come home from work. So maybe not just moving on in my traditional path, but now to go back to the homes that I didn't have a chance to talk to earlier in the day. So in a sense, I'm going to take a yo-yo approach of working the neighborhood. After I've had a chance to talk to a customer, or maybe sell one or spend a decent amount of time, I'm now going to go back through the homes once again where nobody was at home, knowing that some time has now passed, and now some of those people might be home for work. This allows me to milk an area and get every single opportunity that I can. Because what you guys have to realize is that many people out there won't do this. So areas sometimes just need to feel you out. Customers just sometimes need to know that you are committed to being in that territory for a while. And they trust you. You're not some fly-by-night person. And by consistently finding a way to stay in there as long as you possibly can, you will reach people that no one else has. Because they haven't managed their area properly, and they for sure haven't found a way to stay in there as long as they possibly could.